Ladies and gentlemen, is there a silent handshake between Raila Odinga, the ODM party leader, and William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya? That's the question which most Kenyans are currently asking. Because if you followed the events of yesterday, there is no way Gladys Wanga, a known Raila Odinga fanatic, would have organized such kind of a reception for William Samoei Arap Ruto. And again, when William Ruto left Homa Bay, he headed straight to Kisumu. And when he landed in Kisumu, the people who received him will also shock you. William Ruto was received by none other than Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, the governor for Kisumu, at the airport. Not really at the airport, but at the port of Kisumu, where the presidential chopper landed. He was also received by the member of parliament for Kisumu Central, Dr. Joshua Oron. The other person who received Ruto there was none other than Kondele Barracks MCA, Swagger Joachim himself. There is no way those three individuals, all of them, would receive Ruto the way they did without direct approval of Raila Odinga. And then at State House yesterday in Kisumu, you saw Ruto meeting with elected leaders from Migori, from Homa Bay. He met with them in Homa Bay, and then also elected leaders from Kisumu. He met them at State House. There is no way. And if you also paid very close attention to William Ruto's speech in Homa Bay and the speech by Rigathi Gachagua, which hinted to a possibility, then you can conclude that there's a possibility that these gentlemen are talking.
Niko na deni nyinyi. Niko na deni. So, lakini hata ni kama hivyo, mimi nataka niwahakikishie vile mkisikia tukisema hapa mambo ya uchaguzi tumemalizana nayo, mimi nataka niwahakikishie nyinyi, nikiwahakikishia Wakenya wengine wote ya kwamba hakuna Mkenya, hakuna jamii, hakuna county itabaki nyuma. Tutaenda sote pamoja. Nataka pia mjue mimi niko tayari na nimekubaliana na hawa viongozi wenu kufanya kazi na viongozi wenu mliowachagua wote hapa Homa Bay na katika kila sehemu ya Kenya, kwa sababu tunataka kutimiza malengo ya kupeleka Kenya mbele, na hiyo malengo hayatatimika kama hatutafanya kazi kwa pamoja.
Na mimi ningetaka dada yangu Gladys Wanga, umesema nyinyi ni watu ya baba, na ni kweli. Kwani baba ni wanani? Hata baba ni wetu. Na kama baba ni wetu na nyinyi ni watu wa baba, hata nyinyi ni watu wetu. Si iko namna hiyo? Asisi hatuna shida na baba, si uchaguzi umeisha. Ile maneno tulivutana kidogo ni mambo ya kura na kutafuta uongozi. Baba anapewa heshima yake katika serikali yetu. Magari yake, usalama wake, mambo yake yote Rais William Ruto amepanga, kwa sababu baba ni Mkenya, ni kiongozi wa Kenya, aendelee na kufanya kazi yake na aendelee kupata heshima yake kwa sababu ni kiongozi wa Kenya. Tumekubaliana.
So I want us to look at the signs which actually proves that these two gentlemen are in talks. Before we do that, in case you are watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, press that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. So please, the best thing you can do to support the channel, just like you normally do, press that thumbs up button. You can also drop your comment. And just like I indicated, I have a bit of experience now in social media or making money online. So due to a lot of requests and demands from so many people, I'll be teaching you guys how you can make money online. It's a bit difficult, but if you can. So I've created a new channel and I'd expect you guys to support it by subscribing. I need like 1,000 subscribers in the next 1 month. So I'm going to put the link to that channel also below here. Now let us get back to business. Is there a chance that Raila and Ruto are talking? Is there a chance that these two gentlemen already have a handshake in silent? That is the question. To answer that question, let us go back to 2018. After the bitterly contested election in 2017, Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta shocked Kenyans by having a handshake. That handshake was kept private, but it was hyped after it became public. On the day Raila and Uhuru stepped out of a Rambe house and had the handshake. That handshake actually shaped the politics up to 2022. As fate would have it, William Ruto then managed to become the president of the Republic of Kenya. But are there signs that Ruto and Raila in talks? For me, if you ask me, the signs are there. The signs cannot be hidden. The first sign is Johnson Sakaja's appointments in Nairobi. Just like I've always opined on this platform, Nairobi County normally forms part of a national discourse. Nairobi is normally discussed on a national table. That's why Azimio opted for Igathe, despite the fact that Tim Wanyonyi had an upper hand. That's the fact. Because Igathe was fronted by Jubilee. It was one of the demands they placed on the table. If you look at the other side, Kenya Kwanza, Sakaja was fronted by none other than Musalia Mudavadi. That's why he was the candidate. But there is no way Johnson Sakaja can make appointments to his cabinet in Nairobi without express approval of none other than William Samoei Arap Ruto. If you look at Johnson Sakaja's appointments to his cabinet, 3 people are known Raila Odinga's allies. There is Mike Gumo, who is the son to Fred Gumo, a close associate of Raila Amolo Odinga. He was appointed to serve in the executive. Mike Gumo contested in Westlands. Remember when Tim Wanyonyi was contesting for the seat? He was contesting, he was front runner. Then when Tim was prevailed upon to step down, he came back to Westlands. Then Mike was prevailed upon that when Raila Odinga and Uhuru formed the government, he was going to be made a cabinet. That did not happen. And that's why when opportunity arose in Nairobi, Raila Odinga fronted his name, Mike Gumo. The second person Sakaja supported is Ibrahim Auma, who's been one of the longest serving personal assistants to Raila Odinga. There is no way Ibrahim Auma could have taken a job in Nairobi without approval of Raila. Then there is Rosemary Kariuki, who by the time of the appointment was serving as the director of membership and recruitment at ODM. Kariuki is actually the daughter of J.M. Kariuki, one of the loyal allies of Raila Amolo Odinga. So if you ask me, there is no way Johnson Sakaja would have made those 3 appointments without the approval of Ruto and without approval of Raila Amolo Odinga. And it didn't end there. If you look at the appointments of directors, the one where the MCS really tried, the UDA MCS, primarily the Kikuyus, under the instructions of Rigathi Gachagua, tried to stop. If you look at those appointments, also you could spot several allies of Raila Odinga. I saw Oscar Omoke, who came second to Jalango. In fact, he's consistently contested in Langata twice and failed. he was appointed to serve as a director. Then Lucky Okudo, if you remember Bomas, the lady who snatched something from some gentleman there, submitted to another gentleman, and they left. The one Miguna was talking about. Lucky Okudo was also appointed by Sakaja as a director. There is no way Lucky would have been nominated and appointed by Sakaja without the approval of William Samoei Arap Ruto. So that, in my view, is the first sign that these guys are talking. The appointments in Nairobi. Number two, the second sign was the botched People's Consultative Meeting. Raila Odinga had begun meeting with his people in Nairobi. Then he organized a meeting in Jacaranda. Was it Jacaranda? Then he was supposed to have a parallel Jamhuri Day celebrations. From nowhere, Raila Odinga cancelled that trip. And he headed straight to America. The Raila I know would not have cancelled that particular meeting if there were no discussions. So I'm sure and certain that there were certain forces behind that cancellation of the meeting. I saw the hands of the United States of America and also saw the hands of diplomatic community in Raila's move to cancel that particular parallel Kamkunji meeting. I know for those who don't understand politics, you may have your theory, but the truth of the matter is that the way the thing had been planned, the way it was going to add value to Raila Odinga's politics, then from nowhere, cancelled. And Raila Odinga straight. That was a sign that Ruto and Raila were talking. The third sign is what happened yesterday and is likely to happen today. William Ruto's trip to Nyanza. How was William Ruto received in Nyanza? Massively. Was that going to be possible without Raila Odinga issuing instructions? Of course, for those who follow politics closely, there were stories that Raila Odinga met with the members of parliament from Luo Nyanza ahead of this visit, and his instruction was simple. Ensure that you attend William Ruto's visit in your county and in your county. So if you're a governor, a senator, you attend. If you're a member of parliament, you attend. And the MCS have also been instructed to do that. And that's why Ruto found it so easy. And he had a very successful event in Homa Bay. And of course, Kisumu, you saw Nyong'o himself receiving him. You saw the member of parliament for Kisumu Central receiving him. You also saw Adui Nyang. Adui would not have attended, joined Ruto. I know him, he would not have joined Ruto without, that's the MC for Milimani, Market Milimani, the CBD of Kisumu. There is no way he would have attended that without approval of Raila. I also know Swaga, the Kondele Barracks MC. There is no way. So that trip actually confirms, and the way Ruto dealt with elected leaders, holding meetings with them. And another sign, which is also significant, is the diplomatic moves we are seeing of late. There's been diplomatic moves, meetings, Capitol Hill, State House. I'm certain that the diplomatic community are piling pressure on Raila and Ruto to work together. In fact, Ruto was very clear that there's no way he was going to have a handshake with Raila Odinga. But if you look at the move to create the office of the official opposition, that is a pressure from the diplomatic community, if you ask me. The fact that Raila Odinga is no longer organizing the demonstrations, and the fact that this diplomatic community are meeting with him and are also hosting him, please don't be naive. And lastly, the reduced tension between the two. When was the last time Ruto called Raila Mganga. Yeah, when was that last time? The only person who's been doing that is Rigathi Gachagua until I think last week. Because Rigathi Gachagua, being a politician, he understands that a handshake between Ruto and Raila is possible, and he needed, in my view, to keep those anti-Kikuyu, Luo sentiments for his political surviving in the mountain. But after Rigathi Gachagua came to Nyanza yesterday and he spoke the way he spoke, I'm sure even the people of the mountain would not then allow him tomorrow when he goes there to start badmouthing Raila Amolo Odinga. Uko. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.